What the f-
So the first play from scrimmage is a handoff up the middle for about 5. It'll be second down.
Yeah, number 4 is their big guy. Expect them to run the ball a lot today with him. See O'Connell on the safety. He's got a...
Yeah, so that first run went for about 5. That was number 4, Nate Panza. Panza will take it again, and he'll be stopped right where he is.
Yeah, Dominic Greendale on the tackle right there. Got around, I think, number 52. Who's number 52? I don't know. We'll check later, but it was a good job by Dominic Greendale to bring Panza down. Panza, not really an opening right there, just rushing through the middle. And again, we are experiencing some camera difficulties, so please bear with us as we are doing our best to fix this problem.
Well, it will be 3rd and 3 now, as you can obviously tell my mic is turned on as Panza bumps out. He is going to run this one for a while, turns it upfield, and there is no stopping Panza as he is inside the Cougar 20.
Well, this play kind of looked dead from the start. Panza had 3 Cougars there, including William Hoffman, Narain Rajani, and someone else. And he was just able to get through the middle somehow, spinning his way down the sideline. A crucial first down here for Mo Beard, and this definitely sets up a big situation in the early going.
Well, there is an injured player on the field for Mo Beard.
And yes.
So we're going to take a brief timeout. We'll stay right here with you. It's obviously upsetting right now as we're not currently live streaming. You might be watching this later. We'll see how it goes. A lot of new updates to our stream system, but as the stream is not up here, you're most likely not seeing it right now. We hope to be up soon, but again, if you're watching this after, our apologies. But you'll certainly be able to see the game in its entirety either way. But if you do not get to see any of the game live, we're very sorry. That is our dereliction of duty. As this is a lengthy injury, Sebastian.
Yeah, it looks like it's one of their key guys. That's I'm not really sure who that is right now. It looks like he's number 50. Number 50. That is
Will Watson.
Yeah, Will Watson. I think he's their right tackle. So this might be crucial if they want to run the ball back to Panza.
Well, I believe it'll be Pryor starting today for the Cougars, just to preview that. So that might give this offense a new dimension, a new level, as we've seen Pryor and Rajani switching off all year. It might be Pryor's day.
Yeah, since they're dealing with the absence of Arcilla and Morris, they probably need another receiver out, and Rajani's probably going to be that receiver since he played in the past. And Panza, good run right here. But yeah, it's going to be tough for the Cougars to receive and run the football today because they're missing 3 of their key players. Will Blake, so they're probably going to have to rotate in Di Lorenzo. Di Lorenzo has not had a lot of touches this season, but it'll be a real test today to see what the Cougars are going to do.
Well, it'll be another first down after that Nate Panza run for about 11 or 12. And one of the features we got on our new streaming is the clock, so you should be able to see that soon when we get the stream up. 10 minutes to go here in the first as that ball is handed off to Nate Panza yet again, trying to get to the outside as it looked like he delivered a face mask on an attempted stiff arm of number 24 of the Cougars. I believe that's Alexander Sylvander.
Well, Sylvander hasn't been involved that much this season, but obviously getting his opportunity today on Senior Day, good to see him get involved on the play. And we'll see who the flag is against in the movement, and it's a face mask on
as I suspected. It was pretty clear from our angle as our booth is right near where the penalty was committed. It was pretty clear for us.
While Morristown Beard hasn't attempted to throw the football yet, they've just run it with Panza, but a significant penalty right here on 1st and 15. They're probably going to throw it.
Marinello takes the snap, fakes it to Panza, scrambling out. He's looking for a target. It is caught for virtually nothing.
Well, it's a 4-yard gain on the play, but number 2, that's James Marinello, was just lucky to get the ball out of his hands. He had a Cougar coming up on him. I'm not sure who, since we don't have instant replay, but they're back to the original line of scrimmage, which results in the 2nd and 10. So they're probably going to run it here with Panza again.
Well, from the scouting report we did, about 90% of their offense comes from Panza, so that's definitely the Cougars' key to winning this game, as they're going to take a direct Wildcat snap to Panza. A good block in front by Marinello. Panza into the end zone. No, and they just stopped him short, and they will have a 1st and goal situation.
Yeah, it took about 3 guys to bring Panza down. Dylan Andrews right there, and Panza was just able to muscle his way around him, but unfortunately not getting in for the touchdown. But it's definitely a 1st down, so they're probably and they're 1 yard away from the touchdown, so they're definitely going to run it with Panza into the red zones.
Well, yeah, I think we're definitely going to be calling a Nate Panza touchdown soon, as the Cougars don't seem to have a response for this young runner on Mo Beard. As here comes the snap. It is going to be a direct snap. Marinello is going to take it himself, and they're going to call him short.
Well, good play by Michael Sestone on the play to bring him back. It looked like he got in originally, Marinello, but Michael Sestone, just with a good block, able to bring Marinello back to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, a very nice play by Sestone there. It'll be 2nd and 1 now. 8:30 to go here in the 1st quarter, as this time they will get in. Touchdown Mo Beard, that's Marinello, and the Morristown Beard varsity football team jumps out to a 6-0 lead.
Well, this is a good early drive for Morristown Beard. Obviously, Panza running the football really well. Results in a touchdown early. At first, it looked like the Cougars would be able to stop Panza, and Panza is also their kicker, so. Oh no, they're going for the 2-point here, as Marinello looks out and throws it out of bounds.
I'm sorry.
Well, a daring play there, and that kind of is an indication that maybe their kicking game is not too strong, which could play into this game later. So the score will remain 6-0, and now the Cougars will take over, and maybe Jake Pryor, as we're talking about, as Sebastian talked about how they are very, very thin in the receiving game, with injuries to Arcilla Blake and Clay Morris. So we're looking at most likely Rajani being in the receiving game and Pryor being in the passing game. And I don't know if there's going to be any vice versa action, as Pryor and Rajani are both standing next to each other. And Pryor has his helmet on, is ready to go. So I think that tells you all you need to know. We'll see. As kickoff time, that'll be a kind of on the ground kickoff, as it's recovered by Mohamed Hassanin, and he makes a few men miss. A nice little run there by Hassanin.
Well, Hassanin's going to definitely have to step up today if the Cougars are going to win. Obviously, with their 3 best players down, Hassanin will be a key factor in this game. He's already got 1 interception this season. He's got decent talent, but he just needs to show it on the field. So he'll definitely get more involved and more touches today.
Well, a nice start there. And here's the $1 million question. And, well, it's going to be answered, and it looks like there's egg on our face, or at least egg on my face, as Rajani will start this one here on Senior Day. And maybe we'll see, as Rajani will keep it himself and go absolutely nowhere, as Pryor remains on the sideline.
Well, that play hasn't had much success all season. Narain Rajani with the fake. It wasn't even a fake. There were about 3 Morristown Beard people coming up on him. Now that sets up the Cougars below the line of scrimmage, so Rajani will probably look to throw here.
Well, you would think, but we've been surprised by calls before. We could get surprised by calls again. 7:49 to go here in the first quarter of action as O'Connell appears to be taking the Wildcat snap. He's going to take it himself, and he's going to plug forward. Nate Panza in on the stop. 3rd down.
O'Connell just so strong, able to stay on his feet. He's got great balance and he always does make something out of nothing. So a gain of 5 on the play. That could have been down at 2. And a crucial 3rd down for the Cougars here. They're going to stick with Rajani, but they're probably going to have to throw it since the running game is probably not going to be a big factor today since Will Blake is missing.
Well, Pryor continues to wait on the sidelines, and as Sebastian said, we might be seeing our first Rajani throw of the day, as it is a ridiculously high snap and swallowed up. 3 defenders in on the stop, and just absolutely no chance with just a pitiful snap there.
Well, this is kind of inexcusable. Di Lorenzo and Rajani are both going for the snap. This is just a miscommunication right here, and obviously the miscommunication forces them to draw back on the play. Now the Cougars are forced to punt the ball, and this time it will be Rajani punting the ball. We haven't seen him punt so far this season, so it'll be interesting to see how far the Cougars can get Morristown Beer back.
Rajani punts himself, and it is just, gets some yards. Certainly wasn't too aesthetically pleasing, but got the job done.
Yeah, Rajani, it was kind of a line drive punt, but in the end, it forces Morristown Beard on their side of the field. But I'm surprised they're going with Rajani for the punt. I'm kind of questioning why wouldn't they go with Nick Lembo to punt. Lembo's their kicker, obviously, with Noah Wolk out, so this is kind of an interesting move.
Well, 6:24 to go. 6-0 Morristown Beard in their second possession of the game. Marinello will hand it off this time. It'll be Major Jones on the handoff, and I do recall that name from last year. And obviously this was the homecoming game as well last year, and the Cougars caught a victory in that one. I believe a big touchdown by Clay Morris was in that game.
Well, Morristown Beard is doing a good job early of mixing the running game. They have gotten multiple players involved. The touchdown by Marinello, the run by Nate Panza, and now they hand it off to Major Jones here as he's set up in the backfield again.
Marinello complete to Panza, gets near a 1st down, and I would think they're going to give it to him. We'll see. And we'll wait on the indication. And they will move the chains. 1st down.
Well, that's the first pass completed by Marinello. It doesn't look like Morristown Beard's going to throw the football, as Marinello just doesn't have that arm. So they're probably going to run it a lot with Nate Panza, and why would you? Nate Panza has looked good early. They're just going to probably keep running it with him.
Marinello looking to pass. It'll be complete, and he will run for a while. 10-5 touchdown. Dante Marinello. Marinello to Marinello for the touchdown. And just like that, 2 scores is the separation between these two teams here on homecoming.
Well, this is not a good coverage by Dylan Andrews right here. Unfortunately, slipping on the ball that is caught by Dante Marinello. Marinello just down the sideline. Kind of a miscommunication by the Cougars right there. That forces the touchdown, but obviously set up with the poor executed play on the coverage by Dylan Andrews.
Well, Marinellos are both sophomores and both from Watchung, so be quite a coincidence if they weren't related, but of course we're not sure, as that time they'll pick up the 2-point conversion. So it'll be a 13 nothing lead for Marinello. 5:02 to go.
Yeah, this is officially a mess early. The Cougars have not really done a good job stopping the running game for Morristown Beard. So they got to get possession of the ball. They got to throw the ball down the field, and they got to make something happen here.
Excuse me, the score is now 14 nothing. As a Chima chant has broken out in the crowd, as he might be seeing some of his first action of the season. As that ball is missed, and now O'Connell will get it and just dragged down, and that's brutal. I didn't see who that was, but that was a costly miss. Gotta get down on that ball.
Yeah, I didn't see that either, but obviously you gotta get down and block that ball. That was definitely a costly miss right there. Instead of being at the 35-yard line, it sets the Cougars back even farther, around the 20, and a terrible punt now makes it a good punt because of where the Cougars' field position.
Well, 4:56 to go here in the first, as Pryor is now on the field, and a handoff to Nick Lembo. Lembo to be featured at running back today. Not much there. It'll be second down.
Yeah, they're going to mix and match today at the running position. Obviously, with Will Blake out, he's their main running back. So this is a test to see how the Cougars will handle it without Will Blake. And Pryor in there, looks like they're probably going to throw more. They haven't thrown a pass today. So they're probably looking for something down the sideline here. But Lembo still set up at the running back position next to Pryor.
Pryor looking to throw and dropped by Muhammad Hassanin. Throw was a little wide, but got to bring that in.
Oh, Muhammad Hassanin was wide open, and he just dropped it right there. Not really a crucial drop because it still would have been back at the line of scrimmage, but Muhammad Hassanin probably knows that's the ball he's got to catch.
Well, it'll be third down now. 3rd and 9 to be precise. 4:16 to go in a 14-0 game with a Morristown Beard advantage. Pryor scrambling, and that ball is knocked down. Number 52 on the rush.
Yeah, the offensive line just didn't give Pryor support on that play. It was deflected by number 25, Aaron Skolnick. He's a junior, and it was a tough possession for the Cougars here on this drive. Rajani having to punt again, and this time he's hoping to get the ball in the air this time.
Rajani, and gets that one nice and high. Pretty nice punt, as O'Connell will take down number 15 right where he is.
Yeah, good job by O'Connell to stay on the play and bring down Dante Marinello. It looked like Marinello was going to take that out, but not a great field position here for Morristown Beard, so this is a chance for the Cougars to capitalize and stop this defense.
Well, I'd say we've reached a dangerous point in the game now. 14-0, and Morristown Beard has the ball at just about midfield. Very dangerous point in the game, and the Cougars need a big stopper, a big turnover here, because this game could get out of hand real quick.
Well, especially with Nate Panza in the running game. They didn't really run with it on their last possession, but It was that big pass to Dante Marinello.
Marinello will keep it himself and bust up the middle for a first down.
Yeah, James Marinello hasn't thrown a long pass this season, so the running game has been key so far early. He's got a rushing touchdown, and then he's got a pass touchdown. So Marinello hasn't really gotten many touches after that first possession.
Under 3:40 to go here in the first. As Marinello takes the snap, looking to pass, complete to the other Marinello, Dante, as he will be finally brought down, evaded some tackles, and there's a flag on the field.
Last pass is complete to Dante Marinello, but there is a penalty flag.
And it's coming back. Against Morristown, Beard is the penalty.
Well, this is a chance for the Cougars defense to capitalize here. 3:19 left on the clock. This is an important play for the Cougars right here.
It remains first down, and 12 yards to go.
But it'll be first down. Marinello fakes to Panza. He's going to keep it himself. Panza blocking O'Connell in front of him. Marinello's going to keep on running. Nobody can bring him down. A flag is thrown. He turns. He keeps running. Marinello putting on a clinic. A Marshawn Lynch type run for the quarterback. But there is a flag on the field. And you have to think in these long, extensive runs, it's got to be against the offense, but we'll see. And they're pointing and shouting for Marinello, and maybe a little extracurricular activity on the field as well.
Yeah, it looks like it's against Morristown Beard. It looked like Rajani was blocked on that play. That's why he wasn't able to get up. That's why he was on the ground at the end of the play. So, and yeah, it looks like it is coming back.
And boy, is the Morristown Beard coach furious. Getting an earful is one of the referees on the far side of the field.
Well, this is a costly penalty for them. It would have been first down without that block in the back to Rajani. Now it sets up a second and long, or first and long. And a timeout taken.
So a timeout by the Cougars, and we'll take a quick one with them. So after the timeout, it'll be first down and 17 to go after the back-to-back penalties against Morristown Beard, as their head coach was very unenthused about. So it'll be first down, and Marinello trying to figure things out. He's talking to the coaches, and now they're going to signal for a timeout. So back-to-back flags, back-to-back timeouts.
Yeah, it looked like they were trying to draw the Cougars offside right there. Obviously, the Cougars didn't bite, so well, why not just take another timeout? It's a good strategy. So.
Well, there's 2:41 to go, and yeah, I guess a lot of miscommunication. Maybe felt a little uncomfortable up there at the line, so felt the need to pull the trigger on one of their timeouts. Well, it's a beautiful day here at homecoming. A lot of festivities, food. Got even a dunk tank right behind where we are recording. It is a great day for homecoming, and the only thing that could make it better is a Cougar win, as that is not going to help their cause. As a big run there, and another flag comes. Stay tuned.
Well, I wouldn't be surprised if this is against Morristown Beard, but I'm not really sure. I didn't see anything on that play, so and it looks like it's probably against the Cougars. Actually, no, they're bringing it back. So.
Well, it will go against Morristown Beard once again.
Yeah, it is. No, it is against the Cougars. It's against the Cougars.
First down at 15.
Oh, they called it against the Cougars?
I don't know, but
No, I would think it has to be against Morristown Beard.
but where they were set up last time was farther than where they were set up.
Right, because it's after the penalty.
So-
Well, either way, it's just a 2-yard gain and redo the play as that ball, Marinello to Marinello for the touchdown. Burned is Mohammed Hassanin, and it is a 3-score game now.
Well, Hassanin has had a rough game so far. First the drop pass, and now this. Just Marinello beats him on the one-on-one coverage, and he's easily able to get by Hassanin. And this is a brutal start here for the Cougars. 20 points here early on the first quarter of the game.
Well, not what you envision your homecoming game to go like, certainly. But plenty of time to go. And we'll see if the Cougars can turn it around, as they'll go for 2 once again. Marinello will take it himself, and exactly the same play they ran last time, and Cougars just completely fell for it. It is now 22-0. A brutal start for this Cougar team.
Now, this is a mess. They better clean it up quickly. Now, on this offensive drive, they would want to get the ball down the field and not by the 20-yard line. They want to have a good field position early so they can get their team back in this game. Obviously, they don't have Blake, Arcillo, or Morris on their team, but they do have O'Connell, and O'Connell will make a couple of great catches if the ball is thrown to him accurately.
Inside of 2 minutes here in the first quarter, a grand total of 22 has been put on the board by Morristown Beard as the wind knocks down the ball. It's a bit of a windy day here at Van Brunt. As it'll be JJ Lebovich on to kick it, and it'll be another one of their little squibs, and smartly Sylvander lets it go out of bounds, so the ball will come up to the 40. So good starting field position for the Cougars to turn things around.
Yeah, this is an opportunity for the Cougars. Better field position for them right now than any other time in this game, so this is their time to capitalize here. They need to get points on the board. They need to get back in order to get back in this game. They're down by 22 early in this first quarter, so it's been a brutal start for them. So they gotta look for a long pass early, and they gotta look to get down the field in order to get points on the board.
Well, I like the call. Pryor at quarterback once again. As nice throw by the referee there. Heaves the football downfield. As Lembo will join Pryor in the backfield. Pryor takes the snap, looking around. Pryor finds Dylan Andrews. A nice catch there by Andrews. And Andrews seeing some improved playing time here today.
Yeah, obviously with the 3 receivers out, Dylan Andrews getting his opportunity here today. Had a rough go early on the coverage with Marinello, but makes a good catch here. Pryor throws a dart right to him and is able to get about 6 yards on the play.
And now Pryor in the receiving game. But O'Connell and Rajani calling for the snap. It was a bit of trying to fool them, and nobody was fooled.
Yeah, nobody was fooled on that play. I'm not really sure what happened here. Rajani just ran into his own man. That's number 28, Erjan Mersimi. And not really a good play for Rajani in the early going. Just the running game for him hasn't worked. This sets up a big 3rd down early. You're down by 22. You're probably going to go for it on 4th down if it gets there, unless it sets up a 4th and long.
Well, we'll see what Pryor does here as he scrambles out to his left. He's looking for a receiver, and it's caught by O'Connell for a 1st down. And that's what you got to do. You got to get Jack O'Connell involved. They did there, and a Cougar 1st down.
Well, this sets up a better position for the Cougars. This is the first time their offense is on Morristown Beard's side of the field. And like I said, Pryor has just got to throw it in O'Connell's range, and O'Connell will catch it. He's got really strong hands. He's got great feet. He's able to catch it over a defender. He's able to burden the defense on one-on-one coverage. So Pryor has just got to get it to O'Connell.
Yeah, nice job there by Pryor. Clock is below 30 seconds to go here in the 1st quarter, and a whistle is blown. And a delay of game against the Cougars. I've never seen that called at high school. I don't even see a space on the Van Brunt board for a play clock.
I don't see the play clock. I haven't heard that call so far this year, but you know, how my question is, how do you know when you have to release the snap? So this is a big penalty.
Pryor will look to throw. He's ranging back and just misses his target.
Yeah, not much Pryor can do there. Josh Bergman, safety, the right tackle coming up on him. So he's just got to get rid of it. Looking for O'Connell on the play, but wasn't really able to do anything about it. But Pryor's got to get more support from his offensive line. His offensive line hasn't really given him much protection early today. That's what caused the running game to not be successful so far early as well.
24 seconds to go now. Pryor ranging back, and that ball is caught by Narain Rajani. A great catch from Rajani, and the Cougars are down to the Morristown Bears 30-yard line.
What an unbelievable catch by Narain Rajani. That was just flat out. Pryor overthrew him, and Rajani showing off his athleticism right there, jumping over and hauling it in. Obviously, this sets up a big 1st down here for the Cougars, as now they're closer to the red zone. So this is a really crucial play by Rajani. If he does not make this play, it sets up 3rd and long. But what a play by Narain Rajani. The big play on his senior day. So this is a big play in order for the Cougars to get back in this game.
17 seconds to go in the 1st quarter. I believe that play stopped the clock, and that ball will be handed off to Nick Lembo. And that'll most likely bring us to the end of quarter 1, as now they are calling for help on the field. Will Hoffman is down on the field, trying to get up, and he can't. And now he does. So looks like he was a little shaken up, but he'll be okay. Not as serious as it might have looked like. And with that, we'll see, and they will run the clock down. So that'll be the end of the quarter. Well, folks, thanks for being with us. We apologize for the live stream issues, but thanks for watching with us. It is 22-0 in favor of Morristown Beard as we are at the end of the first quarter. Sebastian, what do the Cougars need to turn around to get this game going?
Well, one thing I should say is that their offensive line needs to do a better job of giving their quarterbacks protection. Pryor, early in this game, has not gotten protection from his offensive line. Another thing, on the defensive side, they need to do better on man-on-man coverage. Obviously, Dylan Andrews got burned on the Marinello touchdown early in this game, and Mohamed Hassanian also got burned on another Marinello touchdown. So they need to do a better job of covering Morristown Beard's receivers. So, and also they also have to worry about the running game because Morristown Beard has also got Nate Panza.
Yeah, for sure, Sebastian. The Marinello to Marinello connection seems to be deadly so far. Really burning the Cougars, but we'll see if this nice play from Pryor continues here in the second quarter as we are all set up and ready to blast off into Q2. Pryor looking for a receiver. It's O'Connell, and it is caught. It'll be second down.
Yeah, good gain right there. O'Connell just sets back, turns to the right, and finds an opening. But they're closer to the first down, so that's what's important. So, and it's a pretty good field position for the Cougars to get them back in this game. Down by 22 early in the first quarter. It was a brutal first quarter, but now they're in a position in which they could get to the end zone. So
7 seconds in to the second quarter. Pryor will look to throw. He's got a receiver, that's Hassanin, but in his attempt to make the catch, he really just brings himself out of bounds. But a nice catch there by Hassanin.
yeah, good catch by Hassanian on the play. Good throw by Pryor. Unfortunately, Hassanian's momentum just took him out of bounds. So it sets up a 3rd down and 1 on the play. I would assume they're probably going to run it with O'Connell and Rajani, but the throwing game for Pryor has been working right now. So, and let me mention this. They're also without another player, freshman Cameron Landau. So that's why this is really big for their offense and defensive line. This is a big loss.
O'Connell and the Wildcat, you have to think a run is going to be here as it is actually 4th and 2. O'Connell will take it himself. He'll bounce out, and it looks like he is going to... Oh, man, that is as close as it can get. We'll see what the indication is, as it appeared that he was going to get the edge, but Morristown Beard came in closing quick, and it looks like it's going the other way. So the Cougars, Dominic Greendale throws out his arms in frustration with the call, and it's tough in high school football. Sometimes, you know, it's just a 50-50 call like that, and sometimes it's not going to go your way. That was as close as it can get. You need some instant replay to get it correct.
Well, from what I saw, it looked like O'Connell did not make it to the first downside, but...
Yes, I agree with the call as well.
Yeah, but Nick Lembo also got a good block in the play, so that gave O'Connell a chance, and
Panza nearly ripped down, stays on his feet, keeps grinding, ball comes out, but it looks like Morristown Beard recovered.
Yeah, it looked like Jack O'Connell got his hands on the football, but unfortunately number 21 Jay Dubois came down with the football. So they'll set up a 2nd and 1 here for Morristown Beard. Will most likely go as a 1st down on the next possession if the run is successful with Panza. Panza has been all over the place today, throwing and receiving. They're probably just going to run it on 2nd and 1, so I wouldn't be surprised if they get handed off to him again.
10:50 to go here in the second quarter as it's handed off to Major Jones, who slips downfield. There's a little skirmish downfield. It's a stone and somebody, whatever happened, they both ended up lying down on the field. Didn't quite see what happened. Probably just an aggressive block. And it'll be 3rd and 4 now
Well, Major Jones, that's his third carry, unfortunately slipping right there. He would have gotten the first down if he didn't slip, but this is a big play for the Cougars right here. You want to hold Morristown Beard back. If they don't get the first down, they're probably going to punt on their side of the field. So, actually, no. I question that again because they don't have any kickers. They haven't really kicked a field goal so far.
Marinello looking to pass. He's going to step up. He's indicating for one of his receivers to come in. He's going to take it himself. And he's going to get the first down and slide to safety. And now they throw a flag, and that's big. It looked like there was a late hit on Marinello as he had become defenseless as he gave himself up. And there is a flag on the field, and that appears to be what it's going to be, but we'll see.
Well, let's take a look back at the Marinello play on the running. Obviously got some good blocks right there to find it. Well, that's a big penalty for the Cougars. You see the crowd getting restless here, but on the Marinello play, it looked like Dominic Greendale could have gotten to it, but Greendale he has the ability to tackle someone since he's really strong, but he just does not have the speed to catch up to Marinello. So this is a big play for Morristown Beard to break it open on their side, on the Cougar side of the field.
So a first down. Panza is going to rip his way upfield. Nobody's stopping him into the end zone for yet another Morristown Bear touchdown. And boy, this game is getting ugly. The score is now 28-0 Morristown Beard, with only 9:18 to go in the second quarter, and it could go to 30-0 because you know they're going for two.
This is absolutely brutal. Well, on the play, Panza just finds an opening down the middle, and number 15, Dante Marinello, just gives Dylan Andrews a nice tackle. He was the only one in the backfield that could have possibly stopped Nate Panza from scoring the touchdown, but Nate Panza's just too fast, and they're probably going to run it with number 2 again. I wouldn't be surprised if they do.
And it appears that a timeout has come. And coach is trying to relay a message. We'll get right back to action, though, as they set up for this 2-point attempt. As they lose the ball and the Cougars recover, which will not really mean anything. It'll just mean that no good. But Cougars are down 4 touchdowns very early in this game.
Yeah, this is absolutely brutal early. They just have not been able to stop the running game or the passing game. Looking for big players to step up, obviously, with their 3 main players out, but there's really no sign of them early in this game, as Dylan Andrews just got tackled on that last play from Nate Panza. So this is a key offensive drive right here. Obviously, still a ton of game left, so the Cougars can still get back in it with one big play.
Well, yeah, a ton of game left. You said it, Sebastian, but not a ton of game being played by the Cougars right now, and we'll see if that can change as Lebovich kicks it, and it dribbles past the 30. I believe that was Hassanin who recovered. It was, and taken out by a host of defenders.
Well, Morristown's Beard kicking has been brutal, but it's landing in the right areas. The Cougars are just not getting good runs or good reads early in this game. They haven't really had a possession other than the last one in which they would be able to score in the end zone. So this is a kind of a tough field position for the Cougars right now. At their 27-yard line, at their 33-yard line, this is going to be a test.
Pryor hands it off to Lembo, fighting through some defenders, but not going too far. Be second down.
Yeah, Lembo's a big guy. Obviously, he's just going to try to force his way through the middle. Not really known as a running back, but he's a really, really strong guy. He's able to stay on his feet. He's pretty athletic. They're probably going to hand the ball off to him more often. And it looks like Rajani will be set up at quarterback on this play, and Pryor will be on the receiving end.
2nd and 5 now. Rajani will keep it himself again and swallowed up.
Well, this is unbelievable. This play hasn't worked all game. I'm not really sure why Rajani would plan on running it again, but, you know, the Cougars are down by 28. Why not make something happen?
Cougars are down a bunch right now. 8 minutes to go in the 2nd quarter of action. And now Pryor comes back out. And Rajani running to the other side of the field to set up quickly. And now timeout is taken by Coach Rea. 28-0. As the Cougars will huddle up and try to sort this out before a big 3rd and 2.
That timeout was started to the Cougars. How about that?
Well, here's the 3rd down play. Pryor will have nowhere to go. Taken down is Jake Pryor. And we are in yet another punting situation for the Cougars.
Yeah, this is an ugly game for the Cougars on their homecoming day. Nothing for their crowd to cheer about early in this early going, and oh, there's a flag. There's a flag on the field.
And we'll see what the indication is.
Cougars will see the sideline warning.
Not really sure what the ref were thinking on that one.
It's a sideline warning.
A sideline warning, says Casey Salzman, which I guess is to stand back behind a certain line, but seems a little unnecessary as Rajani gets that one up. A fair catch called by Marinello. And the Morristown Beard varsity football team will start on their own 30.
Well, the Cougars defense has to do a better job of stopping the running game and receiving game early. They got, obviously, Hassanian and Andrews have to do a better job of covering their mans or zone coverage. And they got to stop the running game of Nate Panza here in the early going. They've done a good job running the football here early, but they've also gotten good blocks from their offensive line. Marinello at QB has had a ton of protection today.
Marinello looking to pass. And here comes the rush. He's going to get to the outside and complete to Dante Marinello. And boy, these Marinellos have a nice connection going.
Yeah, Marinello passes it to Marinello. That's his 5th reception, I think. And Luciano Calandra, this could have been a big sack right here, all over Marinello. Just Marinello, just too athletic, able to stay on his feet and complete it to the other Marinello.
Second and 3, handoff, Panza trying to find a hole. He does. Panza just so athletic, finding every single hole possible. And it'll be another first down.
Yeah, I'm sure the Cougars' game plan is just to try their best to regain possession here, not let them get into the end zone, get maybe another 1 or 2 possessions, and then go in the half, rethink things over, because whatever their game plan was today without Arcilla, Morris, and Blake is just not working in the early going.
No, not working at all. As that ball will be handed off to Major Jones. In on the stop is, I believe that was Calandra. It'll be 2nd and 11. 5:25 to go here in this first half. Jonah Barb, Sebastian Seabach, Casey Salzman on camera. Any thoughts on the game so far, Casey?
It's ugly. It's never a good feeling to be down 28-0. Enough said.
Well, perfectly stated. Enough said. Does not feel good right now. As that ball is handed off up the middle and firing up the middle and finally taken down past the 40 is number 28 on Glen Ridge. That is Erjan Mersimi.
Well, that's Mersimi's second carry of the day. Obviously, it's a huge one. And this is a mess for the Cougars right now. They got to make this stop right here and go into halftime thinking, hey, we can still get back in this game. We're only down 28 or less if they get another offensive possession. But Morristown Beard in a good field position right now.
That ball deflected. Be 2nd down. Caleb Hoffman on the deflection there.
Yeah, we haven't seen him today. He's kind of had a rough go at it too. But it's been a rough go for the Cougars in this early going, so they just got to do their best to stop Morristown Beard on this drive. But they're still 2nd and 10. They got decent field position. The running game has worked early. They're probably going to hand it off to Major Jones or Nate Panza again. Or they're probably going to throw it to Dante Marinello again.
Well, the Tony Romo prediction's coming back as Major Jones will take it this time. And as Sebastian correctly predicted, in his prediction that it would be either a run or a pass, it was a run. It'll be 3rd and 8 now for Morristown Beard. 3:48 to go in the first half of play. Again, folks, apologies for the live stream issues. It's just not really cooperating today, and it doesn't appear to be turning around as Panza loses the football, dives on top of it. He's not going to get the first. Big 4th down coming up.
Well, it looks like Morristown Beard's still going to go for it. They haven't shown any signs of having a decent, solid kicker. So, since the running game and the passing game has worked for Morristown Beard early, they're probably just going to go for it here on 4th down in a decent field position.
Well, yeah, I mean, even if you did have a good kicker, nobody's hitting it from all the way here in high school. It doesn't make sense to punt, especially up 28. They rightly go for Marinello. Looking for Major Jones. Incomplete. Dante Marinello was also in the area.
Well, that could have been a heartbreaking play for the Cougars right on the play. Major Jones was wide open, and James Marinello just overthrew him. Now this is a big possession for the Cougars here with 2 minutes and 50 seconds left to go in the half, so it'll be interesting to see what they do. Lembo set up next to Pryor.
Pryor looking downfield, and it went out of bounds, and O'Connell looking for a flag, and I believe that's what he was doing. And then a couple players on Morristown Beard, including Dante Marinello, were mocking O'Connell.
Well, Pryor had O'Connell open. He just overthrew him a little bit, and O'Connell was there. Just Pryor didn't get enough protection again from his offensive line, so it's been a rough go for everybody here on this homecoming day. And now O'Connell set up on the left side. This is different.
Pryor scrambling to his left. Ball is up. Hassanin can't locate. Overthrown.
And again, Pryor not getting protection from his offensive line, and Hassanin was there again. Pryor had an open man, just overthrew him a little bit, but in order for the Cougars to have success, Pryor just needs to get more protection from his offensive line. The offensive line has kind of been brutal today. There's really nothing that has really worked for the Cougars here in the early going. The running game hasn't worked. The passing game hasn't really had any big plays. This is a crucial third down with 2 minutes and 38 seconds left to go.
Yeah, you said it, Sebastian. This is a big one. 3rd and 10. Pryor looking, cutting up field, and he has Rajani. And Rajani's going to keep on running. Rajani not taken down until he is past the 25, and Rajani has been a big part of the receiving game today, making a huge impact on this one.
Well, 2 crucial throws from Jake Pryor today, and they've both been to Narain Rashani. Pryor makes a perfect throw to Rashani down the sideline, sets up for the first down. How about Rashani with the spin move, spinning his way all the way to the 20-yard line? Now, this is a big play for the Cougars. They want to get back in this game. They have to score on this possession right here.
Oh, well, this is certainly. This is a huge one and an opportunity to get back in this game and make it a 3-score game at the half, which might not seem too good, but with the way they've been playing, that would be huge, as now a timeout is taken. .226 to go. As will be first down. As the Cougars come back to the field now. Dylan Andrews lined up at the bottom of your screen. Lembo joins Pryor in the backfield, and it'll go to Lembo, and just not much there. They have not been perplexed by the running game at all.
Well, Lembo's a big guy. He's athletic, but he just doesn't have the agility that Will Blake has, able to spin around tackles. Will Blake just is able to run more than Lembo.
As that is caught by Rajani, and the Cougars are down to the 2-yard line, as the Pryor to Rajani connection has been working all day.
Well, they're probably going to run into Lembo here on the 1-yard line, but they have to capitalize on this.
Lembo will take it, and he is stopped short. 2nd and goal.
Well, there are 2 things that the Cougars can do. Pryor can look for a receiver on the outside, or they can just hand it off to Lembo again. Not really a big loss right there, so they can probably just hand it off to Nick Lembo. But if this doesn't work again, they're probably going to have to look for a receiver on the outside in order to be safe.
1:20 to go. Narain Rajani bounces out to his left. He's trying to find a lane and doesn't get in, and I believe his helmet popped off. 3rd down. Well, We'll see if Rajani's all right here, and he looks to be fine as he's going to pop his helmet back on. Took a big hit there. We'll see. And it looks like Pryor's coming back on the field, so. And it looks like he's going to pop out into the receiving game this time, and Rajani's going to play under center. And it'll be interesting here to see what they can do. I think a pass is in order, but we'll see.
Well, they got Lembo set up on the left side of Rajani, but if they're going to pass, they got to look for O'Connell here in this drive and the timeout taken. The Cougars were just trying to draw Morristown Beard offside on the play in order to get the first down. So,
well, there seemed to certainly be some indecision with the Cougars and a little miscommunication. So, smart thing to do. You got to score here. No reason to save those timeouts with 40 seconds to go. So, gotta just get this right here. Make sure you get in the end zone and get 6.
Well, they definitely have to capitalize on this drive in order to keep themselves in this game. If they don't, it's a 4-score game going into the second quarter, and I would assume that Morristown Beard is receiving the football. Didn't the Cougars receive the kickoff? Yeah,
they did.
Yeah, so they have to score on this drive in order to make it a 3-score game.
Oh, wait. No, they didn't. Mobeard did.
And Pryor into the end zone. Caught by Jack O'Connell. First touchdown on this homecoming day for the Cougars. And the score is 28-6. Pryor to O'Connell, the classic connection. And the Cougars have finally scored.
I'm telling you, this man can play. O'Connell gets a high throw from Narain Rajani, and actually no, it was Jake Pryor, excuse me, but O'Connell just has really strong hands, really athletic, able to haul it in, and they got to make this extra point here with Nick Lembo setting up a kicker.
Lembo is good. 28-7 is our score now, with 34 seconds remaining.
Siva, can you try to move that pole?
Well, with 34 seconds left, they cannot afford big runs by Nate Panza or big passes to Dante Marinello. Remember, this half is not over yet. Morristown Beard has still got a chance to put another score on the board, so they'll definitely try to make something happen.
No, you're right. This half certainly not over. Certainly saw a chance for Mo Beard to do something, so the Cougars have to be mindful of that as Lembo gets set to kick off. And the ball has fallen. I don't know if Lembo has noticed, and I guess that was intentional to get a little squib action. Doesn't really help the Cougars at all, as that ball is nearly returned to midfield, and that's a bit brutal. You can hear the visible frustration coming out of the mouth of Sebastian Seabach.
I don't know what that was. This is a decent field position for Morristown Beard. It certainly will probably be enough to give them an opportunity for them to get to the end zone, but with the athleticism of Panza and Dante Marinello, this is definitely a questionable decision.
Well, the motto has to be, do not let Dante Marinello get past you, as Marinello, looking for Major Jones, he dives and cannot get it. Boy, the Cougars have to be wiping their brows after that one.
Oh, that could have been crushing right there. Major Jones just gets an excellent run and a good throw by James Marinello. Just overthrows him a little bit, but that could have really been a crushing blow for the Cougars right there, as it was almost complete to Major Jones.
21 seconds to go now. And I would assume they're just going to continue taking deep shots. We'll see, as here comes the blitz. Marinello gets out of it. Marinello's going to keep it himself. Marinello's going to get past the 40-yard line, and O'Connell tried to take him down with a low kind of chop. A flag was thrown. Multiple flags were thrown. Words are being exchanged. And now there's some extracurriculars going on the field. Pushing and shoving, screaming and shouting, and it's going to take a while to get this sorted out. 10 seconds to go, by the way, folks.
Well, it looks like the original penalty was on number 50. Number 50 for Morristown Beard is
Will Watson.
Watson. Yeah, it looked like he was called for a holding, but then I think there's another penalty on the Cougars side. So this might just even out.
Well, we'll see. Words being exchanged, asking. So it's going to be offsetting penalties. I believe it'll be offsetting penalties. There are penalties on both sides. Unfortunately, the referees do not have mics at this level. But I believe the foul on the Cougars came after the play, a personal foul, and a little altercation on the field. And now an even better position to take a deep shot, Sebastian.
Yeah, this is a good opportunity for Marinello to look for Dante Marinello on the play, or hand it off to Nate Panza. Looks like Panza might just take it himself as he's set up next to James Marinello. So
10 seconds separate us from halftime. Marinello, deep downfield, and O'Connell nearly picks it off. Got a hand up in the air and knocked it down, and looked like he was trying to kind of scoop it into his pads. But a nice stop there. Only 5 seconds to go now, so likely one more play until the half. And on second down, I would be surprised if they didn't just take another deep shot with James Marinello.
Well, number 21 on that play, James Dubois, was not really open on that play. He was in double coverage, and Marinello just whips it across, almost intercepted by Jack O'Connell. It looked like he was just trying to knock it down. So I wouldn't be surprised if Marinello just takes another deep shot to the end zone with Dante Marinello up in the other end. They're just going to run it.
Major Jones will take it downfield, tackled by Caleb Hoffman, and that will end the half. Well, folks, we'll see if we can fix the stream during halftime, even though if you're listening to this, you're probably listening to this later, so you can just skip right through the half, so good for you guys. But we'll take a quick break, and we'll see if we can get it up in the second half, and either way, we hope you enjoy what hopefully proves to be a good second half. We'll see you soon, folks.
The penalty at the end of the half will be assessed on the next kickoff. Once again, we have the MKA cheerleaders, led by senior Sydney Christian, Grace Notting, Haley Colette, and Megan Howard. Outstanding. We have a special announcement here for a raffle. That's the one rule. Give their attention.
Hi everyone! So we're going to announce the raffle for MKA Fit. So if you got tickets, please get them out now. The winning number is 0731009. Again, 0731009. Thank you.
Our homecoming winner for the raffle is Sharon Alexander.
Hey, Jax. What up, baby? Having that red Gatorade, going to town? What up, Al? You good? Nah, I'm good, man. I don't have an appetite right now. It's 28-7, brother. Yeah. Hey, what's cooking good looking? Hey, what's cooking good looking? How you been? I can't reach you. Hey, come here real quick. Come around.
We are, but we're currently not streaming. We're having some technical difficulties. It's not up. We had some technical difficulties, so no stream happening. The game will be up on YouTube on Monday, Tom. We recently updated our thing so that we could get a clock. So Is that what happened? So we could get a clock on our scoreboard. Now the whole thing's screwed up. At least you're recording it. Yeah. It's just not live. We actually remembered to charge her this time, so you don't have to worry about the battery dying on us.
As we get ready to start the second half, the Cougars will be receiving the kickoff. One other athletic announcement I'd like to present. This Monday, let's keep rooting for a couple of our girls' tennis solo teams. The combination of Ainsley Manlow and Sabrina Noble, along with Taylor Emerson and Alana Perlmutter, will be competing for the state championships on Monday.
Where'd you leave it?
Right on the sideline.
I mean, I could go get it if you want me to.
Now?
Well, actually, no, it's probably too late. Just send a random person to sit down in your seat. Yo. A random person that you know. Here, get T-Box. Right there. Oh, too late. Oh, here, get my brother. No, I'm not. No, you have to do it again. I'll get it after the game. Wait a minute. I just need to check something. John, say something.
I don't have the mic.
Okay, we're picking up everything in this, so we gotta be careful what we say.
Well, I can't throw football. My hand's too small.
Bro, I was getting some nice.
Oh yeah. Well, that last one though, I should have caught.
No, that was bad. No, that was actually bad.
I wanted to call them. Kind of threw a laser, but I threw it too low.
The Cougars will be kicking off on the 25-yard line to begin the half.
Back again we are, folks. Second half of football about to get underway. Obviously a pretty lopsided first half when you look at the scoreboard, but potential for a comeback. And when is a better time to come back with the magic in the air of homecoming? Reliving the history of the school, looking towards the future, and watching football. Doesn't get any better than that as Lebovich kicks it off. Another miss in the fielding game. And a flag is just spiked on the field by the referee. And these misses are starting to wear on the Cougars.
Yeah, it's obviously not setting up a decent field position for the Cougars, and definitely it has cost them so far in this game. The offensive drives have not been good early, except for the last one. But if you're the Cougars now, you have to score on this possession. If you score on this possession, if you're the Cougars, it's only a two-score game. So this is a very big possession here, right here for the Cougars.
Well, forgive us, folks, if we're a little out of breath. Sebastian Seabuck and I out on the field soaking up the homecoming day festivities during the half. Throwing some footballs. Having some fun on this beautiful Saturday afternoon for homecoming. Just a perfect sky. Very little clouds as Pryor hands it off to Lembo's absolutely swallowed up.
I'm surprised they didn't call a face mask on the play. It looked like Lembo had a face mask by number 50. I'm not sure who that is anymore. It looks like Will something, but not really a good play to start by Nick Lembo. Just not a forward possession. Now this sets up a crucial throw by Jake Pryor. He'll probably be looking for O'Connell on the right side.
Second and 11, Dylan Andrews at the bottom of your screen, and Sebastian said getting more involved, the junior, with the injuries as Pryor scrambles out that way and really kind of looking for nobody as that ball gets out of bounds. Lembo, Sestone, and Andrews were all somewhat in the area.
Well, there's really nothing that Pryor can do there except to throw it away. His offensive line didn't really give him protection the first half, and neither did they on this play right here. Just Pryor scrambling all over the place looking for somebody, but doesn't really have any time to react. So the offensive line has to do a better job in order to give Pryor an opportunity to throw the football.
Third and 11. 11:14 to go in the third quarter. Milan Sieve at the bottom of your screen as Pryor scrambles out to his right and just gets the ball away before this furious pass rush of Morristown Beard gets to him.
Well, I'm surprised by this play right here. Again, the offensive line didn't really do a great job again giving Pryor protection, so again, he just has to throw it away.
And they called intentional grounding.
Wow, that is a big loss.
Well, if you're wondering, on the other side of the field, really off the field, we have the dunk tank is still going strong. But talking about this football game, not too good right now as the Cougars are going to have to punt.
Oh, okay. And it looks like Lembo is set up to punt this time, so that'll be interesting.
Well, here's the moral. What can't Lembo do, as we've seen early on? So let's see what he can do here. Lembo gets it off, and it's a pretty nice punt. It could be the best punt of the season for the Cougars, but a pretty good fielding job, excusing the fact that he almost coughed it up. And Morristown Beard will take over.
42-yard line. The ball was initially marked at 39. So it will be first down Princeton at the 39-yard line.
Marinello set up.
Major Jones moving around. Marinello to Jones, who drops it. O'Connell picks it up and runs it to the end zone as if it was a fumble, which it looked like it could have been because it might have been a backwards pass, but they're going to rule it dead.
Well, no, Joe. I think what they're looking at is O'Connell ran with it because they thought it's a backwards pass, and if it's a backwards pass, it's a live ball. So, and it did look like a backwards pass from this position. It looked like Nate Jones just dropped it, and it was a smart play by O'Connell. So, and it did look like a backwards pass, so it could have gone either way.
Marinello will keep it himself, getting past the 45, past the 50, and he is going to go all the way. Andrews pursues, but absolutely nothing, as a flag does fly at the end of the play. But as it stands, we are back to a 27-point deficit, or 26. But we'll see what this penalty is. As just nothing has been going the Cougars' way so far.
Oh my, absolutely nothing. This is their if this flag is not on Morristown Beard, it will probably be their 4th rushing touchdown of the game. Actually, no, their 3rd, excuse me. 2 passes to James Marinello. Marinello will have his 2nd rushing touchdown in the game if the penalty is not on Morristown Beard, but this is how the game has gone all day. Morristown Beard has run the football really well, and they have passed really well because the man coverage has not worked so far here for the Cougars.
But it appears like they are sitting back kind of on the field per se. I don't know if they're expecting to have to move back.
Yeah. Well, the penalty flag is around the 24-23 yard line, so it'll be interesting to see what the call is here. A long deliberation, and Coach Rhea's saying a few things to the referees, and that could be a sign that it is against MKA, as now a disgruntled Morristown Beard coach comes out, and this is surely against them now, as a disgruntled Morristown Beard coach comes out hanging his head, just furious. And boy, this may be the longest deliberation in the modern era of football. Well, I can't see what... the Morristown Beard coach is really hot, so he's really furious with the call. He just comes off walking with his headset, so...
Well, offsetting penalties again, and it seems as if the referee has forgotten that he is not mic'd up, so most people in the stadium don't know what he's saying. But either way, it'll be an offsetting penalty, which is a huge, capital H, for the Cougars. Huge break.
Yeah, it is a huge break. It is a huge break, because now a 4-possession game turns into a 3-possession game, and when the Cougars, you thought, were out of it, they might still have a chance, a slim, but they still might have a chance to get back in this game. Now it'll be 2nd and 10 on this play, or... I don't understand. Why would it be 2nd and 10 if the ball's... Why would it be a penalty if the ball's going back to the line of scrimmage?
Well, in offsetting penalties, it just means that they're going to redo the play.
Ah, okay.
So, touchdown never happened. It's back. Luckily for the Cougars, rewinded time right before the touchdown. 10:36 to go. And a timeout by Mo Beard.
This is outrageous. I want $4. I don't want any tickets. Yeah, the Belgian sandwich is $5, but they look like they're almost sold out. No, I said each ticket's $1, so. But
When they resume, it will be second down and 10.
I'm not sure what the tickets are for. They're maybe 4 ticket packs, so each ticket's worth $1.
And we are back here after the Morristown beer timeout. It'll be a 2nd and 10 as the Cougars look to stop this possession.
10:36 to go. Jonah Barman, Sebastian Seabuck, Casey Salzman on camera. And again, folks, we apologize that you're not watching this live, as now we've conceded to the technical difficulty gods, as we are not getting this one up, as Panza takes the ball past the 40-yard line and gets up about 8 yards, about 2 yards away from the first. And yeah, we're not going to get this one up, but hopefully now that you're watching it, you can just hunker down, watch it in real time, skip the commercial breaks as you like it, like you kind of DVR'd it, and just hunker down and watch this game. We won't tell you what happens.
Yeah, we won't tell you what happens, but you know, that last run, Panza's been all over the place today. Running through the middle, running down the sidelines, running to the end zone. Got 1 touchdown already. Just 3-and-1 play. They're probably just going to run with it again.
Panza, first down.
Yeah, there's really nothing that the Cougars were able to do with him today. Panza's kind of been all over the place. He's been an animal.
9:40 to go here in the third quarter of action. It'll be a first down. Snap goes to Marinello, caught by Major Jones. Major Jones shifts his way out of a tackle and is taken right there by forward progress.
Well, again, they go with the backwards pass. Instead of dropping it, Nate Jones catches it this time. Or, excuse me, Major Jones catches it this time. And Di Lorenzo not able to bring him down right away. That's kind of how it's been all game. But still a 2nd and 12 here for the Cougars. They have to capitalize on this play.
Well, yeah, this is a big time play for the Cougars defense. We'll see what they can do as Panza drills his way up the middle. Nobody can bring him down as he nearly picks up the first. It will be 3rd down though, but you have to assume 2-down territory, so it's going to be tough.
Yeah, Nick Lembo on the play, bringing Panza down. If he got by Nick Lembo, this possibly could have been a touchdown. Panza has shown that he's been able to outrun Dylan Andrews on the backfield and Muhammad Hassanian. So if he gets by Nick Lembo, that's kind of costly.
Marinello hands off to Panza. Panza gets the first.
I mean,
Sestone was in on a tackle, and they're really tough right now to fathom how the Cougars are going to win if they can't get a stop here. If they continue to put themselves in a hole, and they start off the second half the same way, you know, it was throughout at least the first quarter, it's going to be rough, and a big turnover here is what is needed as Panza cuts. Panza upfield, another touchdown for Nate Panza. He is absolutely scorching the Cougars here on homecoming, and this game is getting almost out of hand.
well, out of all the touchdowns Morristown Beard has had in this game, this was probably the easiest. Nate Panza just shuffles through the middle, then down the sideline, the touchdown, that's it. There's really no momentum in the Cougars defense. There's really no sense of urgency that says, hey, we got to get back in this game, man. They're going to go with the 2-point again since they don't have a kicker.
As they will get it.
Again, they hand it off. They fake it, and then they run it with Marinello. Marinello just gets in there with the 2-point. And again, there's really no sense of urgency for the Cougars defense to say, hey, we're down here, we got to get back in this game. It's just been all right, let's wind the clock down. It's focused on next week. So
Yeah. Most certainly been a rough one. And right now, if you're looking at positives, not too many to take away, as I apologize for, I have some type of cough going. Apparently I'm quite out of shape, as Sebastian and I enjoying homecoming festivities really tired me out playing some football. 7:13 to go. And yeah, it's not a lot of positives to take away from this one. I mean, you could say Jake Pryor's been playing pretty well, but that's not really a change. Pryor has really been doing what he can all season. It's not really quite the issue. Probably the time he's been getting back there is the thing to look for. As another one of their little squibs goes out of bounds. And it was pretty much exactly the play that happened on the other side of the field. Sylvander was both times the one with the good IQ to let it go. And it'll be another penalty.
Well, this has to be a good offensive drive right here in order to give the Cougars something out of nothing to take away from this game. This game hasn't really gone all that well for them on the senior day. There's really not much that this crowd has been able to cheer about other than that a couple of passes from Pryor to Rajani and that one touchdown. So, and we haven't really heard the cheerleaders as much as
Pryor looking to pass. He's got Hassanin, and Hassanin again cannot come down with it. It's been a bumpy day for Hassanin.
Well, Hassanin's been burned a couple of times. This is a tougher catch to him. His momentum is taking him forward, then he has to come back to it. But Hassanin was burned earlier on the touchdown pass to Devontae Marinello, and
I believe it's Dante Marinello. But if you want to say Devontae Marinello, he has been playing kind of like Devontae Adams today of the Green Bay Packers. So maybe that's what was getting you tripped up, as O'Connell will take the ball in the Wildcat formation. Absolutely not falling for that. Ripped down there by number 55. That's James Harvett, the senior, getting in on the action.
Well, the linebacker James Harvett just comes in and just rips down O'Connell. The offense, it's been like this for the offensive line all game. They just haven't given their runners that much support and their quarterbacks that much support. So it's been kind of a rough game for them. Now they're looking long field. They're probably looking for O'Connell in the backfield. So as he's set up on the left side, and snap is fumbled.
Pryor to O'Connell, and he catches it. O'Connell brings that one in. They're most definitely gonna, I would assume they're gonna go for it here, as that was 3rd and 15. It'll be 4th down. I'd be surprised if they didn't go for it here, but it appears as if they're not going to go for it, which doesn't really make any sense unless it's a fake. And it is a fake. Now it makes sense as Lembo throws it downfield, and that is intercepted. Wow. I guess the title of Tony Romo might be changing names here at the old broadcast center here at MKA TV, but nothing really good besides my correct prediction came out of that.
Yeah, that was an unbelievable prediction, Jonah. Just Lembo fakes it, makes a good throw, but O'Connell was really covered on this play. There's not really much he can do there. And it's been a frustrating game for the Cougars here in this one, so it's gone that way all game.
I was personally impressed with Lembo's arm there. Kind of got the ball far, as a nice little fake. It fooled Calandra, as it was a keeper and he thought Panza had it, but no, it was Marinello.
Yeah, the fakes have really worked all game. Marinello faking it to Panza. Marinello has rushed for about 50 or 60 yards today with a rush touchdown. So he's looked good. He's a pretty athletic guy. Doesn't have the best arm for a quarterback, but he's connected with Dante Marinello a couple times for the touchdown. So
Be 2nd and 3. And it is a keeper. Nowhere. O'Connell walking back onto the field. Hassanin will shift over.
yeah, this is a crucial 3rd down, but they're gonna run it again with number 4. I keep forgetting his name. I don't know.
It's Nate Panza.
Panza.
He's only scored 6,000 points today. As Panza making his way. He's making every single defender miss. Coughs up the ball. O'Connell gets on top, and that's what they needed.
Absolutely. Well, a good job by Calandra to grab his hand on the football. Would have been a 1st down for Nate Panza, except Calandra's just got his hand in there, and good job by Jack O'Connell to keep his eyes on the football and come down with it. Just what the Cougars needed. They're only down by 28 or 29, so it's going to be tough for them with 4 minutes and 50 seconds left in the 3rd quarter to get back in this game. But
well, when you say only and 29 together, it's just it's hard to see how that fits. Pryor ranging back, steps up, and he's hit as he threw. Panza trying to act like it was a recovery, but certainly not. Throwing motion. Got it off, and Pryor has played a very nice game today. Just absolutely no protection, and the kid is getting bashed, and this is the quarterback of the future. So you got to really hope that they can get their act together here.
Well, Pryor has also played smart today. I mean, he has 0 sacks today, him and Rajani, 0 sacks. And it's because he's played smart. He's thrown the ball away a couple of times, but he's just been given no protection by his offensive line. It's been a disappointing game for the Cougars, but if there's a positive that they want to take out of it, it's Jake Pryor.
Pryor hands off to Lembo. Lembo, lucky to hold on to that football, was met immediately at the line and chopped hard there. And that'll bring up 3rd down. Cougars will head to the huddle, and my question is, where's Rajani been? I haven't seen him too much. He played a big factor in the 1st half, and now he's patrolling the sidelines. Really don't know why they don't have him out there in the receiving game. Rajani made a big impact on the receiving game in the 1st half, making a couple crucial catches. As now 4 minutes to go. Pitch to Lembo, pitch to O'Connell. O'Connell trying to find a lane. Just kind of a good idea to try to spice things up, but the spice is just not sizzling today.
Well, that was kind of a weird play. O'Connell again had no protection. It was a 3-on-1 play, and O'Connell just got his way forced down the sideline. So, really no protection at all in this game for the Cougars. And my partner Jonah Barbin, just coughing up here as he.
Yeah,
Well, we thank you for joining us again. Again, we're experiencing technical difficulties as the camera was just shut off for whatever reason, and on that last return, it was Dante Marinello.
He missed absolutely nothing. Yeah, it was the Marinello punt return, the last play. Casey Salzman, always good at getting it right back up as ripping through the defense's 28, and he nearly takes it into the end zone. He's going to be taken down at about the 4-yard line.
Well, number 28, new guy. We haven't seen him all day. He gets a nice run right here. Urgin Mersimi. Actually, we've seen it a couple of times on defense covering O'Connell, and I think he had the one big flag earlier. So yeah, this has definitely been a rough game for the Cougars.
Oh, yeah. Man, it's been a rough game. And you said that was Ursimi on the run? Yeah, he's been a big player for them today, and obviously it's kind of been the Nate Panza show And now things are looking really dire as on their second play from scrimmage in this drive, Major Jones will take it in. And now the score is a whopping 42-7 on homecoming. And Cougars not showing out today.
Yeah, certainly not. Major Jones just takes us in for the touchdown. It's a relatively easy run for him, but he just spins his way through. He's a big guy. And definitely not the show the fans wanted to see on homecoming, but it is what it is, so.
They'll go for 2 now as somebody screams from the stands, put in the young kids. As Marinello trying to find the corner, and they're going to say he was pushed out of bounds. Good defense there by Muhammad Hassanin. But yeah, can't be satisfied today in the Cougar crowd as it is just it has turned from maybe a game that they could make a comeback and shake things up to an absolute domination. Really giving the fans no hope right now for this game. They have just been outplayed in every facet of the ball. Special teams, it just shows in the last drive. They were shut down on offense, annihilated on special teams, and it took 2 plays from scrimmage to score. Completely outmatched today by Morristown Beard as Lebovich on to give the Cougars another shot. O'Connell, Hassanin, and Andrews are back deep. As Lebovich will kick it out again. I don't know if this is intentional or they're just trying to, try to find a little cheap way or try to force something. Or maybe up 42-7, they don't care too much.
Well, they don't have any kickers on this team, as they've always gone for the 2-point conversion. But a disappointing game for the Cougars, especially on defense. I think this is the first game we saw. They had 0 sacks this game. 0 sacks, 0 interceptions. But they did have a fumble recovery. That's the only bright spot about this defense. But it's kind of been a disappointing game. 42 points in the third quarter. They weren't able to stop the running game, weren't able to stop the passing game to Dante Marinello.
Well, it's 42-7, and it's been a story of the first and third quarter. That's where really this team has put up most of their points. As O'Connell, the pass is completed to him, and O'Connell makes some room with his legs, cutting O'Connell past the Morristown Beard 40, up to the 30. O'Connell with a nice play, and he's ripped down after, and there should most definitely be a flag as Pryor comes zooming in to protect this player. Oh, what a great job by O'Connell. Turned really something that looked like a little 4-yard gain into a huge gain for the Cougars. And O'Connell, one of the few bright spots of this game. The performance from Pryor and the performance from O'Connell, and you could say Rajani's performance, have been really the bright spots of this game. Lembo has also made a contribution.
Yeah, O'Connell hasn't gotten that many receptions today, but a big one right here. Just an excellent run by O'Connell, running down from sideline to sideline, and sets up a good field position for the Cougars.
Pryor, here comes the rush, taken down, and Sebastian's sack stat is no longer valid.
Well, yep, Morristown Beard has its first sack of the day. Just nothing Pryor could do right there. He had 2 Morristown Beard players coming up on him. Number 29 made the tackle. That is Ryan Brown with the sack. And it's just been a brutal game for the Cougars here on this one. There's really not much you can say about it other than the bright spots of Pryor, O'Connell, and Rajani.
O'Connell in the Wildcat, and we've seen them run almost every time they do this, as now a timeout by Morristown Beer. Or no, that will be the end of the quarter, as that just kind of snuck up on us there. So we'll flip the field. and be back in a minute.
We agreed. Okay, right. Oh yeah, we should get Jamie.
I'll catch that.
42-7 is the Morristown Beer lead, and there are still 12 minutes to go in this one, and either they're going to pile it on or maybe the Cougars can show some encouraging spots, but really the game no longer in contention as they are going to call a false start against the Cougars, and we are looking at a backed up play on second down. It's going to be second and forever. The first down just a few miles shy of Narnia.
Well, a few miles shy of Narnia is correct for sure, and this is how this game has gone. It's been really a brutal game here for the Cougars on this drive. 2nd and 21 to be exact.
That ball is handed off to Lembo, moving his way up the field as the clock continues to tick. It'll be third down.
Well, they're still miles away from the first down here as it sets up a 3rd down and 15. They might need to get a few more yards in order to settle for just a field goal here. This offense hasn't really done much so far in this game.
The I formation. Pryor fakes the handoff, is scrambling, and completes it to Sylvander out of bounds.
Well, if they're not going to go for it, they should definitely try for the field goal here. Lembo has a good leg, but it's kind of a long distance.
I don't know if his leg is that good.
I would like to disagree with you there. I do not think they should subjugate Lembo to a 50-yard field goal. And they will not. Pryor looking to throw. Pryor nearly takes a sack, now gets it off, and that's going to be easily knocked down. It was almost intercepted, and there's a flag after. And if that's roughing the passer, that's a huge break. And it is. What a huge break for the Cougars. I mean, it's not going to get them back in this game, but it's a huge break to continue this drive.
It absolutely is a huge break. Now it's a time for the Cougars to put points on the board. Obviously, it's still... Actually, it'll probably be a first down. So this is definitely an opportunity for them to get points on the board, try to make a positive out of this game. So
Cougars will have first down at the 15-yard line.
1st and 10 for the Cougars. 9 minutes to go in this one. Pryor handed off. Lembo taken down relatively easily.
well, Lembo just a very big guy, but does not have the speed of Will Blake. There was an opening right there for Nick Lembo, but he wasn't able to get through. So it's kind of been how this game has gone.
And another flag flies here, so they're going to call it a false start, and they will move it back.
Yeah, it looked like William Hoffman just jumped a little bit early. But I'm not sure if that was due to a reaction or miscommunication on the play, so.
Second and 15. Pryor caught by O'Connell. O'Connell gets past the 20. It'll be third down. And just really no lanes today. Cougars have not been extending the field, as that's been one of their strengths with Pryor this year is finding a way to extend the field, look down the field, and open things up down the field, especially to O'Connell, but have not been doing that today. Passes have been kind of like check downs, and the only time really going down the field is when it's kind of too late, when it's just like kind of throwing the ball away, and it's been tough today as another flag flies, another false start, and this is getting brutal.
You gotta be kidding me. This is absolutely unbelievable. It's just the way the game has gone so far. There's really not much to say.
Yeah, really has not been good. Has not been good at all. 7 minutes to go. Jake Pryor. Snap from Sestone. Pryor looking around. Going deep with it, and it is nearly caught by Sylvander. Got to come down with that one. That was a big opportunity.
Yeah, I'm sure Sylvander knows that ball's got to be caught. He was basically wide open on the play. He beat, I'm not sure who that is. It looks like number 24 on man-on-man coverage, and he was right there, and he just dropped it. So he hasn't been involved much this season, but obviously on this senior day, that's a ball that he's got to come down with. Number 24, Morristown Beard. That's Pearson Baum, the sophomore, the defensive back. We haven't seen him that much in this game.
Well, now Andrews will line up that way. And we'll see what Pryor does here as they're going to go deep again. Pryor's looking around. He had Andrews open, but did not throw his way. He had Andrews just wide open, and he had room to run. Pryor didn't see it, and really he would have had to throw across the field, and that's never a good idea. You never know what's going to happen, especially he would really, unless he threw a Patrick Mahomes no-look pass, he would have to look their way, and who knows how quick those backs could get there by then. So really kind of a nice trap and illusion by Morristown Beard. And it'll be a turnover on downs.
And the timeout is taken by Morristown Beard.
As the homecoming festivities are wrapping up today, still a couple tries at the dunk tank, but nobody even sitting. Just a couple enthusiastic throws. Food is wrapping up. It's been a great fun day here at homecoming. Hasn't been fun on the field, but certainly has been fun off the field, as pretzels, cotton candy, hot dogs, Belgian sandwiches all been sold. Some nice MKA merchandise. It's been a nice homecoming, and the homecoming dance tonight at, I believe, 7 o'clock in the dining hall. So a lot of nice homecoming festivities going on.
Well, yeah, Cougars fans, come out for the homecoming dance here tonight at 7 p.m.
As that ball is handed off and not really going anywhere.
Yeah, I'm sure Morristown Beard's just trying to run down the clock here. Only 5 minutes to go. Been a brutal game thus far. Cougars really with no chance to come back in this game. They're going to send out players that they really don't send out very often.
Clock winding down, below 5 minutes to go. As that ball is handed off and taken for a minimal game.
Greg Sutton again on the carry. Jack O'Connell on the tackle.
Yeah, O'Connell's been really all over the place today. Really the one bright spot for the Cougars here in this game. Jack O'Connell, senior captain, has had a great season. Only 2 games this season without a touchdown. Got a touchdown in 5 to 7 games this season, at least 1 touchdown.
So with this, Morristown Beard will improve to 6-2. Cougars will fall to, I believe, 1-6. As now Lebovich will take it himself and gets out to about the 35. .330 to go now. As Will Hoffman comes back onto the field. O'Connell comes off. And one of the mysteries of this second half has been Narain Rajani, and wonder if he's injured or don't know why he's been so absent from the offensive side of the ball. Is he made a nice contribution in the receiving game in the first half. That's been one of the many mysteries of today's game, as once again flags fly. It'll be a delay of game, and really this is the only crew I've seen that calls delay of game at this level.
Well, we certainly haven't seen it so far at the high school level. Delay of game first on the Cougars and now Morristown Beard, but you know, where are you going to see delay of game ever again? And now you'll see Stekovich step up at quarterback.
Lebovich will take the ball, as I believe Sebastian confused Lebovich with MKA alumni Stekovich, but as the clock continues to wind, we are almost below 2 minutes now in a 42-7 game. Just brutal. And you want the Cougars to put up at least put up a fight in the homecoming game, and it's been rough. It's been rough. There's no way to sugarcoat it. No way to sugarcoat it today, folks. As handed off by Lebovich, and now he bounces out, number 20 for a big run. That is Greg Sutton, and every single player on Morristown Beard having their way today.
Yeah, it's been like that for Morristown Beard. It hasn't been like that for the Cougars. It's been key, missing their 3 big players, Arcilla, Blake, and Clay Morris.
Well, now they've really put in the reserves on both sides, as many people getting varsity reps who usually don't, and now they're just going to take a knee inside of a minute, and that's one or two more plays is just gonna just about do it. So folks, thank you so much for being with us. We so much apologize for the technical difficulties. Hopefully won't have them next week, as the Cougars take on Fieldston here on Saturday on Van Brunt, and that is the matchup that they won earlier in the season that we weren't able to cover. So definitely going to be a good game and a big chance for your Cougars to pick up another win this season, as this one has just been brutal. Well, we hope you enjoyed it, not watching this in real time. Jonah Barbman, Sebastian Seaback, Casey Salzman on camera, and For everybody here at MKA TV, this is Jonah Barbin saying, have a great Saturday night and MKA homecoming, folks.
Congratulations, seniors. And have a safe trip home.
This is worse. This is worse than matches. What'd you say?